Have you ever heard a sound that changed your whole life, even if you didn't know it at that time? For many of us, that sound was a school bell. Hello everyone, and welcome to the English Learning Podcast channel. I'm James, and today we're going back in time, not just to remember school, but to learn how to talk about school life in English, with feeling, with flow, and with confidence. Amelia is here with me, and Amelia, I want to ask you something before we begin. When you hear the word school, what do you feel first?
Hello, everyone. I'm Amelia. And wow, James, that question already makes my heart move. When I hear the word school, I don't think of books first. I think of sounds. The bell ringing in the morning, the noise of students talking, the quiet before a teacher starts speaking. School life is not just a place, it's a feeling. And today, we're going to help our listeners learn how to talk about that feeling in English, slowly and clearly, like telling a story to a friend.
That's beautiful, Amelia. And dear listeners, don't worry if your English is not perfect. Today is not about perfect English. Today is about real English, the English you use when you talk about your life, your school life, your memories, your small moments. Let's start at the very beginning. Imagine you are standing outside your school gate for the first time.
Yes, close your eyes for a moment, everyone. Imagine your school bag on your back. Maybe it feels heavy. Maybe you are nervous. Maybe excited. This is where our story begins.
Amelia, do you remember your first day at school?
Oh yes, James, very clearly. I remember holding my mother's hand very tight. I didn't want to let go. The school building looked so big, bigger than my house, bigger than my world at that time, and inside my heart I felt many things at once. Fear, curiosity, and a little excitement too. This is something many learners can talk about in English. Saying, on my first day of school, I felt nervous but excited. Simple words, but very strong feeling.
That's a great example. Listeners, repeat this idea in your mind. On my first day of school, I felt, you can add nervous, happy, scared, excited, or shy. Amelia, what happened when you entered the classroom?
I remember looking for a seat. I didn't want to sit in the front. I didn't want to sit alone. I looked around and saw other children who looked just like me, confused and quiet. The teacher smiled and said, "Good morning." That smile made me feel safe. When you talk about this in English, you can say, "My teacher smiled and I felt safe." Short sentence, clear meaning.
I love how simple that is. My first day was similar. I remember the smell of new books, the sound of chairs moving, and my name being called for attendance. When the teacher said my name, my heart beat fast. Amelia, school life is full of these small moments, right?
Exactly, James. And these small moments are perfect for English practice. You don't need big words, you just need real memories.
After the first day, something very important happens in school life. Friends, or sometimes feeling alone. Amelia, let's talk about making friends.
Making friends in school can be happy, but also scary. I remember wanting to talk to someone, but not knowing what to say. Finally, I asked a simple question, "What is your name?" That one question changed everything. When learners practice English, this is very useful. Simple questions open big doors.
That's so true. I remember my first friend shared his lunch with me. We sat together every day after that. School friends become part of your story. You can say in English, I made my first friend at school. We sat together and talked every day. Amelia, what about students who felt alone?
That's also part of school life, James. Some days I felt alone. Maybe my friend was absent. Maybe I was shy. And that feeling is important too. Learners can say, "Sometimes I felt lonely at school, but I learned to be strong." This kind of sentence shows emotion and growth.
Yes, school life teaches us many lessons, not only from books, but from feelings. Let's talk about teachers, Amelia. Some teachers stay in our hearts forever.
Oh, yes, James. I had one teacher who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. She listened when I spoke. She encouraged me when I failed. When talking about teachers in English, you can say, "My teacher encouraged me," or "My teacher helped me believe in myself." These are powerful sentences.
I had a teacher like that too. He didn't shout, he explained things slowly. Because of him, I started loving learning. School life is full of people who shape us. Amelia, how did your teacher make you feel?
She made me feel seen. That's a simple but deep feeling. Learners, you can practice saying, "My teacher made me feel confident," or "My teacher was kind and patient."
Beautiful. These sentences help you talk about your school life naturally. Let's move inside the classroom now. Amelia, what do you remember about lessons?
I remember sitting quietly, trying to understand. Sometimes I understood everything. Sometimes I felt lost. And that's okay. You can say in English, some lessons were easy and some lessons were hard. School life is not perfect, and your English doesn't need to be perfect either.
I like that idea. I remember maths class made me nervous, but English class made me happy. Listeners, you can practice this structure. I liked, but I didn't like. Very simple, very useful.
Yes, James, and don't forget homework. Homework was a big part of school life.
Oh yes, homework at night, feeling tired but still trying. Amelia, how did you feel about homework?
I didn't always like it, but it taught me responsibility. You can say, "Homework was difficult, but it helped me learn." This shows balance.
School life is full of balance, fun and stress, success and failure. Now let's talk about exams. Amelia, exams are a big memory for many students.
Yes, James, exams made me anxious. My hands felt cold. My mind felt full. But after exams, I felt free. When talking about exams in English, you can say, "I felt nervous before exams, but relieved after." That sentence is very common and very natural.
I remember studying late at night. Sometimes I failed, sometimes I did well, but every exam taught me something. Amelia, how can learners talk about failure in school?
They can say, "I failed sometimes, but I learned from my mistakes." That sentence shows strength. School life is not always about winning, it's about learning.
Exactly, and that lesson stays with us forever. Let's take a break now. Break time at school.
Break time was my favorite. Talking, laughing, running, sharing snacks. It felt like freedom. You can say, "During break time, I played with my friends." Simple and joyful.
I remember laughing so much that my stomach hurt. School life is not only serious, it's also full of happiness.
Yes, James, and these happy moments are great for storytelling in English.
School events are also important. Amelia, do you remember any special day?
Yes, I remember school performances, standing on stage, feeling nervous, then proud. You can say, "I took part in school events and I felt proud." That's a strong memory.
I remember sports day. Winning or losing didn't matter. Being together mattered. School life teaches teamwork and courage. Now comes the emotional part, the last day of school.
That day was heavy, happy and sad together. We smiled, but our eyes were wet. You can say, "On my last day of school, I felt emotional." Very simple, very real.
Saying goodbye is never easy, but it means something new is coming.
School life ends, but its lessons stay.
Now we look back as adults. Amelia, how do you feel now?
I feel grateful. School made me who I am. When talking about this in English, say, "School life shaped my future." Clear and meaningful.
I feel the same. And listeners, your school story matters. Amelia, let's help learners now.
Yes, Speak slowly, use simple words, talk from your heart. Your school life story is enough.
Practice sentences like, I remember, I felt, I learned.
And don't rush. English is a journey.
As we end today's episode, remember this. Your school life is not just a memory, it's a story you can tell in English.
And every time you tell it, your English becomes stronger.
Thank you for listening to the English Learning Podcast channel.
Keep practicing, keep speaking. Your voice matters.
Until next time, keep learning, one story at a time.